Hi, hello everyone. Let's start a discussion on very important topic that is the name screening, which is a part of anti-money laundering and terrorist financing. So we will while we are onboarding new customers, while the bank onboarding new customers, or if the amendment customer will change name, address, mobile number, or the Aadhaar number or the PAN number, whichever country the customer will resident, so that key documents will change. For such documents, the bank or the financial institution should do the sanction screening or the name screening, basically name screening, and it will guide us the due diligence and regulatory compliance that need to match. And the bank wants to, to do the anti-money laundering and terrorist financing things for them. So let's discuss on what is a name screening. So I'll explain you what is exact name screening, and then why the name screening is important, and what are the watch list that implemented in the name screening system, and how the name screening will happen. So let's discuss on the name screening. The name screening is a critical due diligence process to verify and identify of the customers and the counterparties and related party against the various watch list. So there are the various type of watch list. So bank will ensure that customer should be not of the part of that back list or the sanction list, and to onboard these customers. And there are the different kinds of sanction lists like OPEC, UN, EU, or the USA sanction list. And also we need to do that client is the PIP or the political exposed person. So these clients are very high risky clients, so banks should tag them the high risk profile. And then the adverse media and new negative news of some persons related to the account opening person in the market, and the regulatory and law enforcement watch list like the FBO most wanted list. So bank will do the screening of each the customers before going onboarding this customer in their system, and before creating their the banking account. So the purpose of to doing the name screening is detect and mitigate the risks associated with the financial crime, in such cases of the money laundering, terrorist financing, sanction violation, and other illicit activity. So bank will will be applied high penalty from the regulatory body. So to avoid these things, bank will do the sanction name screening of each the customer. It will depend on the bank. Some bank this process do daily, some bank this process do in a week two times, or within a week one times for the new onboarded customer or the customers which the amendment will change. So these are the things or the name screening. So let's move on the next slide. That is the importance of name screening. So why the name screening is important for the banks or the financial institution? So let's first it will help the bank to mitigate the risks before it's occurring, and it will help to compliance with the regulator. Regulator will continuously guide them. So some bank has the the word list or the internal word checklist or the internal list, so that's they will prepare and to to mitigate to comply with the regulatory and the reputation management and the financial integrity. So let's discuss on the risk mitigation. So the name screening process itself helps the bank or the financial institution to prevent the business from engaging with high risk individual or entities. They will help us. The name screening process will help to prevent from the such businesses that are high risk, and to track these risks on the high alert and pass this risk. And that is also the regulatory requirements. The regulator financial action task force or the business intelligence unit of India, business intelligence unit of Sri Lanka, or the central bank they have some their rules and regulations related to the name screening, and they define some sanction screening list or the name screening list. So the bank will not able to give the account for such kind of the entities or the individual customers. So they need to do the screening of these customers to address to the money laundering and the counter terrorist financing regulation to failure comply and result the several penalties and file and the reputation damage if the bank will not manage the regulatory compliance. So there is the reputation will impacted that thing heavily on the bank. So they need to do the name screening for that also, and the reputation of management to protect the company's reputation and the avoiding the associations with criminal and sanctioned entities. So that's why they will do the name screening of their the individual person or the entity person, and integrating with safeguard with integrity and the financial system. So they make each and every customer should be clean and good background. So they are not coming on the platform for intention of the financial activity or the financial crime activity, basically not a financial activity. It's the financial crime activity like anti money laundering and the terrorist counter terrorist financing. So that's why the name screening is most important. The core step of the process of the name screening, how the name screening will done in the bank or the financial institution. So initially they collect the data of the name screening, and then the screening process will do. Then if the system will found that the name, address, date of birth, age, the place of birth or the FATCA detail will match, then system will generate the alert, which are the CIP alerts will generate it. An alert will trigger and review and enhance the due diligence of the name screening process. So the data will collection. So gather all the user will gather all the relevant information about the individual entity, including full name, detail of date of birth, country, and alliances. These kind of data we will collect, and to update this data with the API integration or ETL integration, or to upload this data in a Excel to the system for doing the screening process. So once the data get uploaded or data get collected, then the one of the team member will do the screening to run and collect through the name screening system design, and that system will work like a word check or the transaction monitoring system will run. And these system cross reference the data and comparison list of global sanction which we are uploaded in the system, or it may be the global sanction list or the internal list which is made by that bank or that financial institution. And that the system will do the screening on that data. If the system will found the alert or the exact match or the partial positive match or a not match, so accordingly system will generate the alerts of that matches, and the system hits when the potential match is found from that system, and these are not definitive matches with the potential risks and the required investigation. So further the compliance team or the risk team or the other teams will do the investigation on that name to give the account or not. So further investigation will happen of such kind of the name screening process, and the alert and trigger review. The compliance analyst review each alert and determine the true match or the fails positive match, and accordingly the further process will work, and that will help us to enhance the due diligence the process to. If the alert is true match, and deeper investigation is conducted to assign the risk level, and maybe involve the reviewing the public record, court document, order, and the client's account opening form, whatever the document which needed, that will collected and to do the review, and then take the final it is a fails positive or true or negative. So accordingly work will happen in the name screening process. So then the alert trigger and fails positive versus the true positive. once the alert is triggered. So first the false positive and discuss, and then we discuss on the true matches. So an alert is not a true if there is a false positive, and this is often due to common names, alliances, and data entry error. If we make, it's the example of such kind of the false positive, just one switch on the Smith on the white list is not the John Smith who is the current customer. So the name will matches, but the customer is different of their other things. So it is the false positive case, and the true match, the alert will confirming the match is high risk individual and entity watch list. So require the further action. So to check the date of birth, or to factor to country of the resident, nationality, associate, organization, and physical address, and the specific circumstances mentioned in the watch list entry. So that thing, all these things will done in that. The further investigation will done in the true positive cases, and accordingly the compliance team or the operation team will take the decision whether they are okay to open that customer account or not, or they need to take approval from the higher authority or the board of directors or the central bank and the financial intelligence units of that country. So they will work and take approval if whatever feasible, and then create the customer and take that account. They will highly monitor or to each the transaction. So that's the fails positive and to positive part will happen. So best practices and the future trend in the field of the name screening or the transaction monitoring. The best practices like the ongoing monitoring or the real time monitoring, continuously screening the existing customers and change in the risk status as ever the nature or the buying behavior of the customer will change accordingly. The status of that customer will change. It's like a low risk, medium risk, or high risk, and then the clear policies and procedure will establish and guideline for the heading alerts. How that heading alerts, what are the rules or the what are the scenarios that alerts will escalate it. So that should be stated by the system, and the regular training ensure we should do that. Staff will be trained and name screening process, and he should understand end to end process of name screening, and the source of truth might use the reliable source of what's which. That should be all these things in their the system, and that should be the best practices. And then the future trade. So in future everyone wants to do the name screening with use the techniques like artificial intelligence, machine learning for more screening and accuracy in the screening, and to do the suggestions on that screening basis. So we use the AI and ML technique and the graph analysis and detect the complex and hidden relationship between the different entities, and distribute the ledger technology and secure the share the screen data or the data. So that are the best practices which done in the future. So the final one is the questionnaire. If you have any question related to this presentation, so please do a comments, and I'll therefore help you on that all these things. So thank you guys for attending this interesting session.